Morning, Somna. How are you doing? Usually you're in a little bit later. Are you up late? I hope you are having a wonderful day in the meantime. Usually Ryu gets here first and bonks me in the face. You woke up early? Alright, time to go back to sleep. GN, Somna. Hope you have a good sleep. Not that early, fair enough. Though a good sleepy does sound really nice right about now. I'm just oh so eepy. Nah, I'm actually really good today. I had a better sleep than I did yesterday. I am wide awake. I actually have energy. And time to waste all that energy on sadness and emotional damage. Indeed. Yokotaro comes to your house, serves it on a silver platter, and then he punches you in the face. And then he gives you a t-shirt. I seem to have been pinged. I was just Crickle. I have responded. Alrighty, post over on the blue sky, then I am ready. Well, obviously when Stinky Agile is done. Alright, where's Ross? Need to wake him up. There he is. Doesn't even check Chaz? What do you mean? Imagine checking Chaz during stream to make sure a single person is here. Also, just because you're in the list doesn't mean you're actually here, does it? Like, let me have a look at the list. Where's my list? Viewers. It says Ryu is here. Hey, Ryu, hi, Ryu, are you here? Ryu, hi. Lamp oil, rope, bombs, huh? Hey, Snowy? You want it? Yeah. I want it. Hand them over. Let me explode. I want them. I do have enough berries. Throws them at you. I do. I have plenty. See, I have 0 berries today because nobody's given me any. 0's a lot, right? Oh, okay. Well, now I have berries. Yippee! What? I need to add a delay for this. Hi, delay. Hi, Fennec. I'm getting bullied. But happy bullied. Do you deserve berries? I do. I do deserve berries. I need to add an overlay to the stream when there's a fire sale. So people can bully me more. Somebody, you can bully me. That's what a fire sale is. People can bully me. How is berries bullying? It totally is. Oh no, don't bully me. Whatever you do, don't do it.
Sloppy.
Thank you, Ilbert. And while you all bully me, I'm going to get Emotional Trauma Simulator booted up.
Retro vision.
See? This is totally bullying. Why would I lay off screen in a pile of berries rolling about in them? Why would I do that? That was an accident, but I don't know if it worked either. It only works on me. And since I was off screen, obviously it didn't. I don't know how VeeTuber works with things. When I was using VTuber Plus, it did overlay. But when I'm doing VeeTuber, if I'm off screen, it doesn't work. It is weird. A little bit sad, but weird. But that's okay, because you're a mod and you can refund yourself. Since I was destroyed all day yesterday on stream, you've farmed up 100k souls. Why are you farming that many souls? Why do you need that many? You didn't... Wait. Baku? You didn't stay on that bridge for like 4 hours just farming that bridge, did you? The Capra Demon sucks. The Capra Demon wasn't even that bad. If you think that thing sucks, there's you have a storm coming. Yeah, true. Very... I guess it wasn't as awful as people made it out to be, sort of thing. But yeah, there's other things there which you need to kind of pay attention to. I guess there is a little bit of cheese to it because you can like explode the fog wall and kill the dogs from what I remember. So when you go in, it's just him. So you can kill the dogs before you go into the place. I cannot remember if that is the case, though. Anyway. Yeah, use one of your fire bombs. Try throwing it at the fog wall and see if it hurts the dogs. So, as people know, I finally got an ending for Nier. But that's just the beginning. I have more emotional trauma to go through. Emotional Trauma 2, Electric Boogaloo. I thought Dark Souls 2 already had a seamless co-op.
Whenever I interacted with Kaine, I was reminded about something from my past. Maybe my mind has been confusing her with my sister this whole time. Anyway.
Oh, this is where it puts you. Snowy, you have a wonderful day. Thank you for popping in. Kaine's dreams. Discrimination. The sound of rain filled the village. The steep cliffs that surrounded the area magnified sound, causing even the slightest drizzle to rattle like a thunderstorm. Thin wisps of smoke streamed from huts as the villagers huddled in their homes and waited out the rain. A single child, however, had braved the downpour and was now wandering slowly toward the wooden, hawk-shaped weather vane at the center of town. The wanderer reached the vane, which had existed for as long as any could remember, and stared. The child's face was simultaneously delicate and fierce, like a teacup that had survived a shipwreck. Those traits combined with pale white skin to give the face an almost sexless quality. If the beat turns east, I go home. If it stays west, then I... The child blinked. Rain slowly dripped down the young one's short hair and began its long descent to the ground. Come on. Come on. The child felt a slight breeze and watched as the vein slowly creaked to life. Spinning this way and that for a moment, it finally settled with the beat pointing firmly toward the east. East? Really? Before the vein could move again, a jagged rock came spinning and tumbling through the air, striking home against the child's head. The force of the blow dropped the child to the ground as a hail of stones began to fall all around. Oh, no, they found me! A heartbreaking smile crept across the child's face as the stones continued their assault. Through the rain, the sound of multiple footsteps grew louder before a voice rang out. Yo! Kaine! The voice belonged to Demo, worst of all the bullies in the area. As Kaine struggled to stand, a final stone came skittering through the mud and bounced against her foot. Blood oozed from a cut above her eye. and blurred her vision. But she could make out the shapes of Demo and his usual gang of idiots. The boys seemed taken aback for a moment by Kane's seeming indifference to the blood dripping from her face, but quickly regained his bravado. "What's up, freak? You like the rain? You like getting all wet? Did you finally decide to run away from home?" Though she knew it was all futile, Kane turned to leave. Before she could get more than a few steps, the other children scrambled to surround her, cruelty burning in their eyes. Kane knew those were not the only eyes on her. The tormentor's parents watched from the safety of their homes. She was attuned to this sensation. It was one she had experienced many times before. While some villagers simply turned a blind eye to the actions of their children, many encouraged it openly. In a society ruled by superstition and fear, Kane was something to be hated, and, if possible, destroyed. "I didn't say you could leave, freak!" Demo's wares chewed at her like a worm through an apple. "He can't hurt me," she lied to herself. "Be strong. Be brave. He can't hurt me. He can't hurt me. He can't hurt..." Oh, look, the little freak is gonna cry. What's wrong? Are you sad that everyone hates you and wants you dead? Kane prayed for the rain to flood down and carry her away from a world that seemed to have no place for her. But if there were gods, they chose to ignore her. As Demo crept ever closer, the clouds began to thin and the rain slowed. Even the weather hates me. I'm useless. Failure. I wish Demo's rock had taken my head off. Kane couldn't meet Demo's leering gaze. She lowered her eyes and stared at the muddy ground below. The bully moved forward until he was inches away. She could still smell the scent of old meat on his breath. The boy grabbed Kane's face with thick fingers and yanked it upward. She tried to turn away, but he forced her gaze back and jammed his thumb against her eyelid to pry it open. Ooh, fucking ouch. "Show me." No. Did you just say no? Demo grinned evilly. "You don't say no to me. No one says no to me." Not even taking his attention from Kane, he called to his cohorts. "Come on, guys. Let's give the freak what she deserves." As soon as Demo finished, kicks and blows began to rain down upon Kane. Demo paused, still grinning as Kane curled into a ball and tried to make the pain stop. "I don't get you, freak. What you acting like a girl for, huh? Everyone knows what you really are." Kane ignored the question, choosing instead to stare at the weather vane. It continued to point east, as if supremely confident about the future it had chosen for her. Go home? Yeah. That's a funny joke for someone with dead parents and no home to go to. "Freak!" chanted the children. "Freak! Freak! Freak!" Kane closed her eyes and listened to the rain, waiting for the pain to start again. As the clutching hands of the village children closed around her, she bent her mind to the sound of the rain, letting it become her world entire. The rain fell, but the pain never came. Only when the laughter of the tormentors turned to terrified cries did she dare open a single blood-caked eye. Kaine was shocked to see Demo sprawled on the ground, holding his head and screaming in pain. She could see blood welling from spaces between his fat, twisted fingers. Oh, my God, he's crying! He's actually crying! Deprived of their leader, the other children glanced back and forth between themselves, as if waiting for someone to step forward and take charge. When no savior emerged, they began an uneasy shuffle away from Kaine. But the young girl was the least of their concerns. Instead, their attention was rapt on the ancient woman standing a few feet away. After struggling for breath for a moment, she finally spoke in a voice thick with rage. It's like a bitch, don't it? I suggest you scatter before I throw another one. And if any of you little bastards ever touch my Kaine again, I'll do far worse than throw a rock. You can count on it. The old woman crouched down and gently touched the hand Demo was using to cover the wound. Before he could think to protest, she ground her palm into the wound and twisted back and forth. Ow! He screamed, leaping to his feet. Stop it! What are you doing? Quit whining. Ain't no one ever died from a scratch. You hit me with a rock, you stupid bitch! A big one! That thing could have killed me! The old woman shrugged. Death is the best cure for stupid. Demo's face twisted with rage at her words. Locking his eyes on Kaine, he took a step backward and spat on the ground. Hey guys, nope, it is Nier Replicant Day today. It is indeed Wednesday. Tuesday was my Final Fantasy XIV day. Get out! Leave this village! No one wants you here! Either of you! Seeing the old woman grab another stone, Demo and his companions turned tail and ran. As they fled, the old woman grabbed her side and barked out a single laugh. Ah, I see. Thank you, Tenny. Look at the fat boy go. Guess he's healthy enough to run from a fight. The woman's smile faded as she turned her attention to Kaine. Kneeling down, she removed her shawl and placed it around the young girl's shoulders, then produced a cloth from the folds of her dress and began blotting at the blood on her forehead. Ignore what I DM'd you on Discord. You silly bean. As you are silly. Silly bean. Don't worry about it. Since you have only just joined the Discord, if you check the Get Rolls channel, you can get a roll which gives you the stream notifications roll, and you can see what I'm doing on a day. And if you check the stream schedule channel, that's what I'm doing for the week. Oh, Kaine, she said. Why did you fight back? You're stronger than that lot. The words of her grandmother stung Kaine, and she turned away. Don't be nice to me, she said. I don't deserve it. Nothing matters anymore. Her tears, held in check for so long, finally began to fall on the muddy ground below. Everyone hates me. They think I cause bad things to happen. They think I'm a freak. I wish I was dead. Kanye's tears turned to sobs. She felt her grandmother's hands on her shoulders. Despite her advanced age and diminutive size, she was a woman of surprising strength, but Kanye found herself unable to turn away. Don't talk like that, girl. It's a river wide and deep that flows between the realms of this world and the next, and it grants no mercy to any that attempt to cross it. You got a duty to fight until your last breath. Understand? The old woman tightened her grip and tried to still the tremor in her voice. You know the pain of losing someone close to you, Kanye. You know because you survived it. As the words hit home, Kanye was struck by the force of her love for that old woman. As a young child, she didn't even know of her grandmother, but when her parents died, the woman quickly accepted her as her own. Grandma, as Kanye called her, was cunning, vulgar, and quick to violence. And their first few years together had not been easy. But with each year that passed, Kanye and her grandmother had grown closer. However, it was only now, sitting in the mud with tears and blood caking their face, that Kanye truly understood the depths of her affection. There was a woman who'd seen hard times, who'd seen death, who had fought through all these things and somehow emerged on the other side. If anyone could understand Kanye's pain and loneliness, it was her. Do I make you sick, Grandma? Course not. Don't be an ass. Kanye drew her grandmother's moth-eaten shawl around her body and shuddered. But my body, it is not normal. If I was normal, then Mum and Dad wouldn't... Hush, interrupted Grandma. I'll not hear another word of this nonsense. Yeah, that was mentioned earlier in the chat. Tennu said that. You're my granddaughter and I love you. And if folks have a problem with that, it can just go to hell. With that, the old woman reached out and placed a wreath of dried flowers in Kanye's hair. The skill it took to bend the flowers without breaking the stems or losing a single petal was remarkable, and the beauty of it made Kanye want to cry all over again. Oh my gosh, these are Luna tears! Oh, she had them back at her cabin. Grandma, you made this for me? Luna tears were legendary flowers. Most people could live their entire lives without ever seeing one, and yet her grandmother had somehow collected a dozen or more. Kanye reached up and touched the wreath as if she couldn't believe it was real. Where did you find these? Just stumbled on them when I was out doing the shopping. The old woman turned away as she spoke, leading Kanye to suspect that the search had been more difficult than she was letting on. Wait, is it really that bad? Because this one is already getting me, and this is the start of the fucking stream, man. This already hits. I've been live for, well, half an hour, but I've probably been playing the game for like 15 minutes. Oh. Yeah, it's probably best not to read that on stream. Thanks for the warning, Ross. The pains she took to construct the ornament, let alone track down the flowers used in its construction, made Kane's heart hurt. She reached up and gently adjusted the wreath, admiring the way it felt between her fingers. Didn't quite turn out right, said her grandmother as she squinted at it. These old hands have trouble with delicate work, but it sure looks good on a pretty girl like you. Kane blushed and turned away. You think I'm pretty? Of course you are. What a fool thing to say. Thank you, Grandma. Her grandmother smiled. We're going to be fine, you and me, she said. As long as we got each other, we'll be just fine. Kane took her grandmother's hand in hers, and the two of them struggled to their feet. As they began the long walk home, Kane gripped the hand with all her might, trying to stop smoke from drifting away on the wind. The rain had stopped. Kane stood beneath the weather vane, watching it spin in lazy circles, no longer caring about the direction it faced when it stopped. I don't need to escape. I live at home now. Grandma loves me, and that's enough. Even if it's us against the world. Kane let her gaze drift up past the vane and into the cloudy sky. The last faint hints of a rainbow were slowly fading. As she turned and headed for home, the light scattered into a million particles and vanished, seemingly taken away on the breeze. Merely dreams. In the distance, Kane heard the steady sounds of an axe striking wood. The noise had a purposeful quality to it, as if she was hearing a master woodsman go about his work. The firewood being produced, however, was as far from a work of art as could be. The pieces of every shape and size are being flung about a barren yard with wild abandon. Anyone trying to stack such wood would probably die of frustration before the job was through. Stupid piece of shit axe. Annie's grandmother flailed away with the axe, filling the air with both splinters of wood and words that would make the most hardened sailor blush. Grandma, called Kane. That you, Kane? Yelled the old woman, taking her eyes off the wood for a moment. Yeah. Don't get too close, or I might take your goddamn foot off by mistake. She brought the axe down on a piece of wood, sending chips flying in every direction. One spun past Kane close enough for her to hear the whistle, at which point decided to step back. Once she'd scuttled to a safe distance, she cupped her hands around her mouth and shouted, Grandma! Do you need help? I can get you water or lunch, or a new axe or something. The axe, poised to strike another wobbly blow, paused in midair. The old woman considered her granddaughter's offer for a moment, then smiled. Tell you what, since I'm doing such a piss-poor job of chopping, why don't you come over here and take over so I can go get the water? Shades have been restless lately. I don't want you running into one of them bastards. Relinquishing the axe, her grandmother picked up a long pole with wooden buckets on either end. Gathering water was by far the most difficult of the two jobs, but Kane knew better than to complain. Once Grandma's mind was set, there was no changing it. Kane did her best to help with chores, but Grandma took every task that required travel to the village. Though she had a long list of plausible excuses, Kane knew the real reason. She didn't want her granddaughter to be taunted and harassed by the villagers. Once Kane moved in, Grandma decided to take up residence a good distance from the area. Out of sight, out of mind seemed to be the best policy when it came to the villagers and her granddaughter, and rare were the days when any but the two of them could be found on the rocky acre of land they called home. Kane enjoyed the solitude, but harbored a secret resentment that her grandmother was forced to spend her golden years in such a place. After watching her grandmother leave, Kane turned her attention to the task at hand. She had never chopped wood before in her life, and soon discovered why the old woman hated the chore. Swing after swing of the axe produced only a tiny crack in the wood, and when she finally managed to connect with a solid stroke, the tool embedded itself in a log and refused to budge. Frustrated, Kane swung the axe round her head, then threw it, log and all, across the yard. Damn it! Oh, crap! She suddenly understood the joy her grandmother felt in a good curse. Happy now, she picked up the axe, forced it from the wood, and resumed chopping. She had a natural skill with a blade, but the task was challenging, and blisters soon began to form in her small pink hands. It was her grandma. She's so vulgar because of her grandma. This is tough. My logs are all weird sizes. Spitting on her palms and ignoring the pain, Kane redoubled her efforts. Just as she was developing a rhythm, Grandma returned from the village. Setting down her buckets for a small sigh, she took one look at the logs and coughed out a wheezy laugh. Pretty clumsy girl. You better practice if you... Her grandma suddenly collapsed to her knees, causing one of the buckets to wobble precariously. Eyes wide, Kane dropped the axe and ran to her grandmother's side. Grandma! The old woman shook her head and pointed a trembling finger at the bucket. Get the bucket. Can't let it spill. Kane steadied the bucket with her foot as she knelt by her grandmother. A small bit of water sloshed over the side and made a new home in the hem of her dress. But Kane didn't notice. Grandma, what's happening? Crazed with panic, she grabbed her grandmother by the shoulders and shook. After a moment, the woman lifted her arms and batted Kane away. Stop that, just stop, she cried, breathing heavily. Ain't like I'm dying. Just tired from the trip, is all. Kane desperately wanted to believe her, but one look at the old woman's shaking hands and worn face told her more than words ever could. Her grandmother had lived a long, hard life, and it seemed the bill was finally coming due. The time when her grandmother watched over Kane was ending, sooner than either of them had feared. The positions would be reversed. The next morning, Kane came to the side of her grandmother's bed and took her wrinkled hand. Grandma, you're sick, and you need medicine. I'm going to the village. The The old woman shook her head and tried to rise, but Kane gently pushed her down. "It's all right," she said. "I'll be fine." Her grandmother fixed her with a gaze that could melt steel. After what seemed an eternity, she finally lowered her eyes and sighed. "Well, I don't like it. God damn it. I guess I should quit being so stubborn and let you grow up." The old woman watched as Kane strapped on her boots and made her way down the road to the village. Hours later, as an unseen sun made its way across a dark and rainy sky, she was still watching. Kane moved at a brisk pace, checking her pockets every few minutes to make sure the money her grandmother had given her was still there. Every noise caused her to spin on her heels, making sure she wasn't being stalked by Shade. Or worse, Demo and his gang. But she encountered neither tormentors nor shades, and Kane finally found herself at the entrance to the village. The few adults she could see glanced sideways at her, then muttered to each other behind raised hands before slinking away into the shadows. Her heart racing, Kane took a series of rapid, shallow breaths and tried to calm herself. "I have to prove myself. I have to help Grandma. I have to be strong." She chanted those words to herself over and over as she slowly made her way. Finally, her eyes settled on a rotund older woman who was angrily waving her arms in the air and telling anyone who would listen exactly what she thought of Kane's presence. "Hey, lady," said Kane with a bravado she did not feel. "Where's the apothecary?" The woman's flabby cheeks shook in bewildered anger. "How dare this thing speak to me?" it seemed to say. Kane saw that her eyes held a different emotion. Fear. "Yeah, we're both scared, lady. Trust me on this one." "Which way?" Kane repeated. The woman pointed at a small building to her right before hitching up her dress and stumbling off in the other direction. Kane cringed, expecting a stone to come flying from the assembled crowd, but none came. Her mind was filled with a strange sense of pride as she made her way to the apothecary, but the new emotion had little time to take root. For as soon as she opened the door, she noticed a familiar customer at the counter. It was Demo. He'd clearly been sent here on some kind of family errand, because his gang of followers was nowhere to be found. "Oh my god," he sputtered. "I mean, what are you doing here, freak?" The insult was delivered without force. Kane happily ignored it. Stretching on tiptoes to see over the counter, she asked the shopkeeper for the medicine. That's Demo. Oh, bitch, finally keel over. "Go to hell, Dino!" The boy's eyes grew so wide they seemed ready to fall out of his head. But before he could let fly a comeback, or worse, a punch, the apothecary told him to knock it off before he kicked him out of the store. "Hey, Markman." Demo slunk out of the shop, cursing Kane under his breath. Once he was gone, she allowed herself to breathe once more, taking a brief tour of the shop whilst the owner prepared her medication. Countless tiny bottles filled the cramped store, each with a label written in some indecipherable language. An ocean of aromas assaulted her nose, creating a scent that was exotic, but not altogether unpleasant. Seeing such a variety of supplies gave Kane a sense of peace. Surely in a world so vast, there would be a place that she could call home. On the far wall behind the counter rested a portrait of a stunning young girl. The picture had once contained bright, vibrant colours, but time had worked its cruel magic and they were beginning to fade. The beauty of the work, however, remained undiminished. You like that picture? Kaine turned to find the apothecary with a small vial of medicine in his hand. His eyes were gentle but sad, and they seemed to stare through her and into nothing as he spoke. That's my daughter. I sketched it when she was just a little girl. She's been dead for a long time now. Kaine didn't know how to respond. She just stared at the portrait and tried to come up with the right words. Pictures are wonderful things, continued the shopkeeper. They let the ones closest to you live on forever. He shook his head slightly, then looked down at Kaine and smiled. Handing her the medicine, he reached into his sizable green apron and produced a handful of old wax crayons. You should have these. There's no one left that I wish to draw. Kaine took an instinctive step back, causing the shopkeeper's face to darken. Yes, I've heard the rumors about you, he said. It's a small village and word travels quickly. Between you and me, I'm not sure which of them to believe. But I also don't think they matter much. I know your grandmother, Kale. And I think the way she was driven out of this town is just deplorable. Grandma's name is Kale, thought Kaine suddenly. She was still mulling this new fact over in her mind as she reached out and gently took the crayons from the apothecary's hands. Your grandmother is an old friend of mine, he said as Kaine scooted away yet again. And I owe her much. I wager she would like it if you drew a picture of her. Yes. I think she would like that very much. Kaine murmured a quiet agreement, but inside her heart was bursting. Never before had a villager treated her with anything but complete contempt. It was a tiny, almost imperceptible step, but it was a step nonetheless. And with enough tiny steps, she might one day discover the rest of the world. When Kaine returned home, she found her grandmother asleep in her bed. Her feet were blackened and raw, even bleeding a bit in places, leading Kaine to think that she had been pacing around the room until exhaustion finally caught up with her. She placed the medicine by her grandmother's pillow and turned to leave, but found the old woman's hand clasped around her arm. Back already, are you? Asked her grandmother with a yawn. Come here and let me have a look at you. Grandma sat up and examined Kaine from head to toe, finally satisfied that nothing terrible had befallen her grandchild. She leaned back and allowed herself to relax. Well, how was it? Those bastards give you any trouble? It was kind of fun, said Kaine with a small smile. No, seriously, it was. And, eh? That's her grandmother, in a voice which implied she believed anything but. Uh-huh. So, anytime you need me to run an errand, just let me know. As she spoke, Kaine removed the crayons from her pocket. After a brief explanation of their source, she informed her grandmother that she was going to sketch her portrait. Portrait of me? Ridiculous. No one wants to stare at a wrinkled old crone. But, Grandma, it'll make you live forever. Bullshit, said her grandmother, throwing back the sheet from her bed. Living forever would just piss me off. Now put those crayons away and help with dinner. Kane would not relent. And in the end, Grandma found herself leaning against the wall of their house as if posing for a master artist. Kane took up the crayons, eyed her subject carefully, and set to work. Just as her grandmother was about to nod off, Kane finished the piece. After staring at it for a bit, she released it from her grip and let it slowly drift to the floor. It's terrible. It doesn't look like you at all. I'm sorry, Grandma. I thought these crayons would, you know, make drawing easy or something. The old woman's eyes narrowed at her granddaughter's disappointment. Let me be the judge of that, she said, ignoring the pain in her back and reaching for the paper. The sketch could have been a person's face. Could have also been a pot, a lump of clay, or an incredibly misshapen loaf of bread, all rendered into a chaotic array of colors. The old woman stared at the picture for a long time, then slowly wheezed out a laugh. Okay, she said between laughter. You truly are my blood. You're as clumsy as me, and I love it. But hush, I won't hear any more bull about how ugly you think it is. It came from the heart. I'll treasure it always. True to her word, the old woman gave the picture a place of honor above the kitchen table. In the days that followed, Kane would often catch her staring at the portrait with a strange smile on her face. An action she interpreted as silent, mocking laughter. A week later, Kane could stand it no more and asked her grandmother to take the artwork down. Posh, said the old woman. Take this down when they roll me in my shroud. She pondered this for a bit, then turned to Kane and dropped to one knee. Listen to me, girl. Seeing this picture makes me happy in a way I've never felt before. And it makes me want to go on. So that someday you can feel the same happiness. It was a moment that burned itself into Kane's memory. Perfect blend of pride and love and joy that came together to form a lifelong remembrance. She swore to never forget this moment, to never forget the old woman who had made her place in the world possible. Time moves on. People and memories move in and out of her life, like ghosts, sing through hall. But this moment will be different, Kane swore. Because I will remember it forever. Forever. This is the start of the fucking stream, man. Why do I have to start the stream like this? Hi, Mimo. Fuck. Kane listened to the sound of crackling firewood and stared at the blank object on her plate. She'd been pushing it around the wooden disc for a good 10 minutes, ignoring the bemused stare of her grandmother. Finally, she summoned her courage and gave the object a brief sniff. A sharp, bitter scent flew up her nostrils and made its home there, causing her face to twist with disgust. Grandma, I can't believe you want me to eat a bug. The old woman threw some more wood under the cooking pot and snorted. It's no bug, you fool girl, it's a berry. Why the hell would I be feeding you bugs? Yeah, well, it sure looks like a bug, said Kane. And I think it's burnt or something because it smells terrible. With that, Kane held her nose and threw the berry in her mouth, chewing as little as possible. Yeah, that's terrible, all right. Why, you little brat, laughed the old woman. Look at the size on you. You've been spending too much time with me. And that's a fact. 5 years had passed since the moment when Kane's grandmother saved her from the bullies. As often the way with two stubborn people, their relationship had grown in fits and starts, but moved forward all the same. Meals that used to be somber affairs were now filled with laughter and hurled abuse in equal measure. Kane could not remember a time when she had been happier. As the years went by, Kane started to shoulder more and more of the daily responsibilities. Her grandmother's legs grew weaker by the day, and she could no longer do many of the chores she used to take for granted. And so, this morning we found Kane lacing up her work boots with a breakfast of burned berry rolling through her belly. "Where are you going today?" asked Grandma suddenly. Kane looked up, surprised. The old woman rarely asked for specifics anymore. "Well, I was going to check out the kelma trees and see if they were ripe. I thought we could make some jam or something. Oh, and I am going to pick up some flagstones, so I need to take the wheelbarrow." "Flagstones? What in the hell for?" Annie stared at her grandmother, then held out an arm and swept it around their home. Constructed mostly of cloth, rope, and rubble, the old place sagged like a boxer in the final round. "Grandma, a dying cat could chew through this house. I'm going to build us a stone wall so we have some protection." The old woman laughed, exposing her toothless grin to the world. "Goddamn girl. A bunch of thieves want to ransack this old place. Let them come. We got nothing worth stealing anyway. I'm not worried about thieves. I'm worried about shades. People saw one in the west of the village yesterday." The old woman tilted her head and stared at her granddaughter. "Shoot. Don't know why I have to do it today. We can worry about it some other..." "Grandma, no. If I don't go to the kelma trees, we won't eat tonight. You know that." A confused expression passed across the old woman's face, and for a moment she was a small child lost at the carnival. Yes, she said after a bit. "Yes. Of course, all right. I'm sorry, Kane. Lately, it seems my mind is..." She didn't finish the thought, instead walking over to her nightstand and diligently taking... Sorry, no, gently. My phone covers that the little word T. And gently taking the wreath of lunar tears from the drawer. The flower's petals had aged to a brilliant whiteness. Kane thought it was more beautiful now than the day she first received it. "You're going to be a true woman soon," Grandma said as she placed the flowers in the girl's hair. "So that means less chatter about shades and building defensive walls, and more talk about how beautiful you've become." Annoyed, Kane reached up to remove the garland. But the look on her grandmother's face stopped her hand. "You're a beautiful thing," said the old woman. "There ain't another like you in this world. I'm very proud of you." "Okay, Grandma. That's enough goddamn compliments for one day." Such a mouth on you. Where did that come from? Gee, I wonder. I'll teach you to sass me, girl, yelled Grandma. Suddenly, she lurched forward and grabbed Kaine by the ears, pulling her around the room with a crazed grin on her face. Grandma, yelled Kaine in a quaking voice. Grandma, stop it! What the hell? The old woman stared at her and blinked, and slowly held her wrinkled hands out as if it was the first time she had ever seen them. I don't know what happened. I'm sorry, girl. Sometimes my mind just... Kaine thought the look on her grandmother's face was the most heartbreaking thing she had ever seen. Listen, she began. Maybe I should stay home after all. No, I won't have you stay here to keep an eye on old codger like me. You go get your fruits and your wall and whatnot. I'll be fine. And when you come back, I'll have a nice grasshopper dinner waiting for you. Kaine rolled her eyes and kissed her grandmother on the forehead and made ready to depart, trying desperately to ignore the worry that was gnawing at the walls of her heart. Kaine could feel the old woman's eyes watching her as she moved down the path. Don't turn around. Don't turn around, she told herself. But in the end, the temptation was too great. She spun on her heel for one final look and saw a small, bent woman standing in front of a ramshackle hut with a sad expression on her face. God, she looks so old now. It's like the wind could reach down and just carry her away. Kaine worried about her grandmother all day, causing her work to suffer. What little fruit she could collect was tossed carelessly into the wheelbarrow, and she only found a couple of stones before losing interest in the project. Finally, as dusk approached, she decided to call it a day. Cursing herself for the lack of focus, Kaine pushed the nearly empty wheelbarrow back down the path. As she crested the final hill, she suddenly froze in place. The wheelbarrow fell from her fingers and collapsed on its side, sending a few pieces of wrinkled brown fruit rolling back down the hill. Her gaze was transfixed by a thick black cloud that hovered just ahead. Tracing its path with a finger, Kaine suddenly felt her stomach knot in on itself. No! Oh, gods, no! Her grandmother's house was ablaze, the flames licking up as if trying to touch the sky itself. Grandma! Grandma! Kaine ran then, faster than she had ever moved in her life. Once she tripped on the stone and went sprawling into the rocky ground, but she leapt to her feet and continued running, unmindful of the blood that spilled from her wounded hands and knees. As she got closer and closer, Kaine's mind began to race in time with her footfalls. It's too dark. It's too dark. Or just fire. Can't be fire. Too much smoke. Gotta save her. Gotta save her. She burst into the front yard and came to a sudden halt. Her worst suspicions confirmed. The smoke from the fire was mingling with the thick, inky blackness of enormous shade. The massive creature supported itself on 3 twisted feet and achieved balance through means of a large armored tail. Scales, horns, and claws sprouted from its body in a random, chaotic pattern, giving it the appearance of a lizard designed by some insane god. Seeing Kaine, let out a roar and flicked its tail, sending small whirlwinds spinning around the yard. For a moment, the creature retreated into a shimmering, inky blackness, as if her mind was unable to comprehend that such a thing could actually exist. But then the smell hit her. A blend of rotted meat and excrement, and the horror became real once more. The creature bellowed again, and this time Kane responded with a scream of her own. You bastard, she thought as a scream echoed off the high cliffs around them. It's you or me. Let's go. God damn it. I really want to read all of these, and I don't want to keep, you know, ads. So I'm going to run the ads here. And I will continue when we get back from Stinky Agile. But fuck, holy man, this is how we're starting the stream. This is the shit which we start with. Emotional Trauma 2 was a joke. But no, it wasn't a joke. Literal emotional trauma right off the fucking bat. Oh, and reading. So I'm happy that I actually have my drink with me. Lots and lots of reading. Oh, God. It was a prophecy. The prophecy was Chip booted up Nier Replicant, and therefore the prophecy said he will be emotionally traumatized. Man. No, I have not. And I don't want to know anything about it. My first experience with Nier was in Final Fantasy XIV. And obviously, I still don't get a lot of the stuff there. I'm starting to get a bit of it. Only a tiny bit. But now, years down the line, my first proper experience with Nier is Replicant. Specifically this version, the remake. But yes, I will be playing Automata. Eventually. Anyway, welcome back from Stinky Agile, peeps. I'm gonna have another little bit of sippy before I continue with this. The shade eyed Kane with amused interest, then it began looking from her to the house and back again, as if urging her to look at the destruction it is so gleefully wrought. With dread building in her heart, Annie glanced towards the house. Through the smoke and flames, she spotted a small figure struggling to escape the ruins. Grandma! At the sound of her voice, the old woman began waving frantically. She's alive! Thought Kane. Alive! Kane's legs sprang to life as she raced across the yard toward the flaming wreckage of the house. Before she could advance more than a few steps, the shade opened its mouth and let out a roar powerful enough to uproot trees and send them flying. The blast sent Kane tumbling through the air before smashing her head against the rocky earth. Stars danced in front of her eyes as she sighed to remember how her legs were. Get up! Get up! Get up! Get up! Get up! Get up now! As Kane struggled to her feet, the shade stomped toward the house and pinned her grandmother to the ground with the tip of a claw. The old woman struggled to move the claw from her stomach. But she might as well have been pushing a mountain. She coughed briefly, sending a small spray of blood into the air, and collapsed to the ground, her energy spent. Kane lurched to her feet, only to fall back to earth with a gasp. Her ankles were on fire. One or both of them was surely broken. Ignoring the pain that screamed through her body, she began dragging herself across the ground, leaving a drunken trail of dust and blood in her wake. Grandma, hold on. Just a little longer. Her grandma's face was turning blue, her eyes rolling back until only the whites were exposed. Kane pulled herself across the ground with maddening slowness, the distance seeming to increase with every second that passed. The shade glanced between the two women and flicked out its tongue, its giant mouth turning up at the corners. Short, panting breaths belched from somewhere deep inside its core. Bastard! Laughing at us. She had no idea how such a mindless creature could experience emotion, but there could be no doubt the shade was taking joy in their suffering. Yeah, I see your plan. The shade moved its claw slightly, allowing Grandma to breathe again. It was clearly keeping her alive, only to snuff out her life when Kane was close enough to touch her. I'm gonna kill this bastard! Summoning all her strength, Kane rose to her feet. There was a sickening snap from her right ankle as the foot twisted backward, but she forced it from her mind and began to hobble toward the monster. Pulling a small knife from the pouch at her waist, she leapt on the foot that pinned her grandmother and plunged the weapon deep. Give her back! She screamed. Give her back to me! It was like stabbing a rock. After a few swipes, the knife broke at the hilt with a dull snap. The shade panted laughter again, then raised its tail and sent it rushing through the air toward the young girl that was latched to its foot. Kane never had a chance. The tail struck her square in the chest and sent her crashing into the burning wreckage of the home. As she lay on the ground with blood pouring from multiple wounds, a small, weak voice spoke up. Kane? Kane's vision blurred, but she forced herself to focus on the sound. Finally, her eyes cleared enough for her to make out her grandmother's hands reaching out to her through the smoke. Grandma, Kane, you gotta run. You can't pass this one. Kane grabbed the hands and held on with all of her strength. Grandma, come on. We have to go. The old woman coughed loudly. One of her hands, slick with blood, slipped from Kane's grasp and thumped to the ground below. Grandma! No! No! I said, run. God damn it. I have to live. I have to get through. Thought would stay forever unfinished. Before she could say another word, the shade's clawed foot descended, smashing through the remains of the roof and down upon the shattered figure of the old woman. Blood oozed from gaps in the creature's toes as the terrible, putrid smoke assaulted Kane's nose once again. She stared at the foot, dumbfounded, convinced that what she was seeing could not possibly be real. When the creature finally lifted its appendage, all that remained underneath was a twisted, unrecognizable mass of rubble and red. The grandmother was gone. Kane blinked, trying to feel the hands which had been in hers just a moment before. For a fleeting instant, she could remember the warmth of that embrace, the trembling, the fingers. But then the sensation drifted away on the breeze and was gone. Memories flashed through Kane's mind, one after the other, faster and faster until they became a meaningless jingle of noise. Kane screamed then, a thunderous sound that echoed off the cliffs and seemed to roll away forever. Shade eased forward, black ichor pouring from its mouth and dissolving into smoke on the ground below. The earth shook with every step as it crept towards its prey. Kane's body slowly rose as if controlled by a mad puppet master. Her arms and legs were bent at impossible angles. Her head lolled dangerously to the side. Yet somehow she managed to stand. Staring at the shade, her eyes began to glow with a deep red fire. The creature, so confident just moments before, took a slow, hesitant step backward, trying to discern if this broken human could possibly pose a threat. Kane seized a moment. Laughing like a madwoman, she leapt into the air and plunged the shattered hilt of her knife deep into the leg of the shade. The shade shook Kane off like a fly, sending her crashing to the earth once again. Her chest rose and fell slowly, as if a great weight were resting on it. Moist sounds of pain echoed through her mind. Something warm and thick oozed from her ears. Is that blood? I think it is. I think I'm bleeding to death. No, can't die. Grandma told me to live. Deep inside Kane's mind, something finally broke. The sound, the pain, the smoke and flames, all of it faded away until all that remained was a single incantation repeated over and over again. Kill it! 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 Oh my god. Kill it! Oh fuck it, yeah. Kill it now! As the spark that was Kane slowly began to flicker and die, she felt her desire to kill and her desire to live bleed into one. The distance between heartbeats grew longer and longer.
The beast approaches.
Oh, I know.
Yo, those damn shades, huh? Alright, I know I'm in the middle of a fight, but I need to check something because... Okay. So I still have the things I was equipped with. Huh. I see.
What anger this creature must have. How did it even survive these past 5 years?
I'm not gonna let this happen again. It dies today. My sword feels lighter.
It's not the blade, but the skill of the user. Strike it down.
Oh, I see. We get a little bit more. Gently, weakly, softly. The shade, sure that its tormentor was dead, turned and stomped off toward the horizon, stopping along the way to bellow out one final roar. Couldn't kill it. Shamed beyond imagining. Kane tried to turn her head to the side, but only succeeded in coughing up a huge goat of blood. It was getting difficult to see. And after a moment of fierce concentration, did she realize that her left eye was gone. Laughing to herself, she turned her remaining eye to the ruins of her own and noticed a ragged stump of arm resting a few feet away. Yeah. I'm going to slap you. That's mine, she thought with a mad giggle. It's gonna make clapping a real bitch. Cried a sudden voice from the depths of her mind. Finally gonna die, are you? Well, you had it coming. Go to hell, Demo, she thought of the unseen assailant. Go to hell before I pluck out your eyes and feed them to a dog. The voice of her childhood terror evaporated into smoke, only to be replaced by another more recent voice. Hold still, said the apothecary, materializing from the ruins like a ghost. I want to draw you. That way, you can live forever. No, stop. Don't want to live forever. I want to die right here. I see, he said quietly. Well, if that's what you want. The spectral shopkeeper fluttered in and out of existence for a moment, then produced a piece of paper and sketched quickly. After a few seconds, turned the page to Kane and smiled. Since you rejected my offer, I decided to draw someone else. It was a picture of her grandmother. Mirla's life. Kane opened her mouth to thank the man, but stopped as the picture began to blacken in the middle. Before she could say anything, dozens of multi-legged insects began to swarm across the image, tearing at it with sharpened pincers. Stop! No! Don't hurt that picture! Kane reached out with her remaining arm and waved futile. To her surprise, the insects fell off the picture into the ground below. where they vanished into tiny black tendrils of smoke. Relieved, Kaine turned her good eye back to the picture, and to open her mouth in a silent scream. The sketch now showed her grandmother she truly was, a smashed, unrecognizable lump of nothing. The apothecary smiled and broke into a jolly dance. See that? He cried as he danced his jig. It's perfect now. She looks like you. I know. I look like that? God. God, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Drowning in despair, Kaine laid her head back in the mud and smoke of her ruined house and waited for the end to come. But just before she let everything go, an unfamiliar voice began whispering in her ear. Ain't you got a wish, sunshine? The voice was vulgar and fierce at the same time, as if insanity as someone found a way to take form. Kaine wanted to scream as the voice crawled under her skin, but lungs refused to work. You know, a wish, like a prayer or something. Why don't you get on your knees and start praying to her? Please, invisible man in the sky, save me! Save me! May finally resorted to shouting at the voice of her mind. I don't make wishes. They don't come true for me. I'm a curse, a freak. Should be left to die. The other voice boomed in her ears. Oh God, you are the best! Kaine glanced down and saw a black, shiny substance oozing from her legs. She tried to brush it away, but her remaining arm would no longer respond. The substance slowly crept around her feet and then began moving up toward the rest of her body. Is this death? Is this what it's like? Or is my mind just losing itself? She could feel the slime oozing upward, feel the hot, searing pain it left in its wake. Whatever else might be happening, she was still alive, and this was real. Come on, said the voice. Let it go. Kaine tried to ignore the voice and concentrate on the pain, but the newcomer would have none of it. Don't ignore me, sunshine. You're ready to give up? Ready to die? So why not let me have it? Have what? Your body? Come on, give it to me, give it to me! I want to stand on the ground, feel the rain, taste the wind. The voice paused as if licking its lips. When it resumed, it was filled with mad, unabated joy. And I want to take your hands and use them to choke the goddamn life out of people. I want to tear out their throats and bathe in the blood, just like before. In response, Kaine shifted her head and vomited. The warmth it crept down her front and mingled with the pain of the encroaching black ooze. Are you? Shade? Yeah, maybe. What of it? Slime reached her face, crept up past her nose, and slowly oozed into the socket of her missing eye. The moment it touched her brain, Kaine was struck by the most powerful sensation she'd ever felt in her life. It was ecstasy. She wanted to scream with delight, but all she could manage was a small whispered moan. Feels good, don't it? Asked the voice with a chuckle. Yeah, what can I say? I know how to please the ladies. Now, give me that body. Come on, give me the body. And I'll give you more of this feeling. It's a fair trade. A black lump began to protrude from Kane's side. As she watched, it grew longer and thicker, eventually taking the form of her missing arm. I can see better, she thought. My eye must be going back too. Slime reached up to envelop the rest of her face, but she managed to brush it away. Stop, she whispered, marveling at how she regained her voice. Stop. The black ooze hesitated, as if considering this request, and quickly shimmered down her body before disappearing in a cloud of smoke. Ah! What the hell, Sunshine? Screamed a voice. We had a deal. I thought you wanted to die. Grandma said, can't die yet. A brief image of her grandmother, blooded and broken, flashed before her eyes. She saw the shade that had killed her and heard its mocking laughter, then closed her eyes and forced the image from her mind. Her whole body was quaking with rage. When she opened her eyes again, they burned bright red. That thing took my grandmother. I have to kill it before I die. Kane glanced down and saw a mysterious pattern. The pattern of the shades burned itself into her left arm. Well, I'll be damned, said the voice cheerfully. Look at that, Sunshine. I think you and me are going to be good friends now. Kane stared intently at her arm. The more emotional she felt, the more the letters seemed ready to puncture her skin and begin infecting the rest of her body. The arm clearly had a will of its own now. Stop. Gotta stop. Holding her left arm in her right, Kane took a deep breath and tried to calm herself. Come on, don't fight it, pleaded the voice. It's my favorite dish, and I'm hungry. Let it go. Feel the anger burn with the fire of revenge. Thirst for blood, then go out there and... Shut up and get the hell out of my body. Your body? Oh, that's rich, Sunshine. Real rich. Look, why don't you just up and die so I can have this body all to myself? What do you say? I bet those body of yours in the airy would love to see you dead. Kane grabbed a nearby shard of glass and tried to solve the shade-infected portion of her side. Before she could, her darkened left arm grabbed her right wrist, crushing it. Kane screamed and dropped the shard as the sound of bone crunching on bone filled the air. Stupid little girl. You're possessed now, Sunshine, and there ain't no going back. The voice laughed again, a loud, long wail that seemed to go on without end. Possessed? Whispered Kane. Yeah, possessed, you and me. We got what you might call a timeshare agreement. Remember how folks used to think you were a freak? Well, wait till they get a load of you now. Kane looked up, tears in her eyes. The sky seemed smaller somehow, darker. Is this because of that shade? Is this how they see the world? So, listen. Heard the voice. I know this whole possession thing seems a bit sudden, but it ain't all bad. There's plenty in for it. There's plenty in it for you too. I'm a very powerful creature, Sunshine, and now that power belongs to you. You got enemies? People you want to kill? I can make it happen. That little fat kid who kept picking on you, big old shade that squashed your granny, we'll wrap them up in their own assholes. No more abuse for you, sunshine. No more pain. Wait, said Kane. You're a shade. Why would you help me kill another shade? What? You think I'm some kind of racist, some killing snob? I don't give a good goddamn who you murder, honey pants. I just want to drink from the well. Kane considered this as she struggled to her feet. The power of the shade was coursing through them. Smoke from her house was drifting away with the wind, and she enjoyed the way the cool evening breeze felt on her new left arm. After a long pause, the voice spoke up again. So, how about it? You and me. We could have some good times together. Look, I'll even take care of the bloody part if you don't want. Fuck off, asshole, muttered Kane. I'll handle the killing. Screamed the voice. Look at you go! Oh, sunshine, we're gonna have so much fun! So, listen, my name's Tyran. If you ever need me, I'll just be hanging out in this piece of meat you call a heart. Now get to it. The more you kill, the more your heart turns rotten and sour, and I like rotten and sour. Kane found herself nodding at the voice. Yeah, she said. Yeah, I think this can work. I'm gonna find that shade, and I'm gonna strangle it with its own guts. And when I'm done, I'm gonna do the same to you, Tyran. Count on that. Of Tyran. I've seen shit bigger than you, so good luck with that. Oh, and hey, one more thing. Right now, you and me are sharing this body. But if you ever run out of hate, if you ever, go soft, then I'm gonna take over everything. So keep on killing, sunshine, and watch your back. Voice grew fainter and gradually faded away, fading to somewhere deep inside Kane himself. Kane waited until she was sure the voice was gone, then waved her new left arm around a few times. Feels perfectly normal, she thought. Feels like mine. Desperately, she began poking and prodding at the new limb, determined to find something wrong with it. She didn't want it to feel normal. That would mean the creature inside her had already won. Yeah, I'm not a shade. I'm Kane. Repeating this mantra in her mind, she slowly began digging through the rubble of her house, being careful to ignore a certain red-stained spot in the corner. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity of heartbreaking work, she found what she was looking for. It was the wreath of lunar tears. Though it had been through hell and back, its garland petals were as bright as ever. Kane started to place it in her hair, and slowly lowered the wreath and stared at it. I'm sorry, Grandma. I'm so sorry. I don't deserve to wear this anymore. I'm possessed, corrupted, a freak. And this time, I don't think there's any going back. Holding the flowers to her heart, Kane fell to the ground, sobbed. As night gradually lightened to dawn, and the people of the area rose to their daily lives, she remained in that position, as if tears could somehow wash away the horror that now infected her world.
Alive! Stay alive! Stay alive! Grandma. Kane, you gotta live! You gotta come back to us!
Hey. Emil, you were the one calling me, weren't you?
You still recognize me?
Of course. I knew you right away.
Thank you, Kaine.
Welcome back, Kaine.
Wow, you grew up. So, how long has it been?
5
Hi,
years.
Noel. How you doing?
Shit. That's a long time. Any luck with Yona?
We are still no closer to finding her. We need a way to locate the Shadow Lord.
By the way, this is for you.
Is that a lunar tear?
It's not as good as your grandmother's, but I tried.
No, it's great. Thank you.
Kaine waking from her long petrified sleep. Emil's unflagging kindness. Our reunion was a happy one, and we let it wash over us like rain. That is, until Devila and Popola had to go and ruin it all. Are you kidding me? You can't be serious!
Please try to understand. People are tired and scared, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry you have to bear the brunt of that.
This is crap, and you know it!
It's okay. We can sleep outside.
No one's sleeping outside. You and Kaine saved this village, and now they want to run you out?
People are afraid of us. And really, I understand. I mean, look at me. As long as you're still with us, I can deal with it. Right, Kaine?
I'm used to sleeping outside.
But...
We'll see you later.
Sorry about this.
What is the matter?
Kaine always sleeps outside. I never thought about that until just now. Never even occurred to me. Damn it.
We should turn in.
I didn't get much sleep that night. For the first time in my life, I hated Devila. For the first time in my life, I doubted Popola. But those feelings are pointless in the end. They said and did what they did for the sake of the village. To protect it from the horror of the Shades. Really, how can I blame Devila and Popola? In the end, I'm just as bad. Because I never once stopped to think about Kaine and Emil's situation myself. I should apologize to Kaine and Emil. But what good would that even do?
I got a fire going, Kaine.
Wait, is that...
Campfires are weird, aren't they? I feel like I could stare at the flames forever.
Well, don't get all googly-eyed and catch your clothes on fire.
Obviously.
Oh my goodness.
I'm so happy to get to talk to you again, Kaine.
Yeah, me too.
I tried everything I could think of to save you, you know. I polished you with a special cloth. I poured warm water over you.
Meal.
Wait, you poured water on me?
Yeah, but it didn't really do much except make you all shiny.
You polished hair.
Hey, Emil. Thanks for saving me.
I guess you noticed how I look different now.
I'm sorry, Emil. I'm sorry for all of it.
Well, I mean, this new form isn't all bad, you know? At least I can look at you when we talk, right? Hey, so why don't you tell me something about yourself?
I'm not very interesting. Sorry.
Yeah. I don't think that's true. Oh, I don't think that's true.
Come on. I just want to know you better. Please?
He did say please.
Fine. This all happened when I was a kid. Before the whole shade possession thing. My body is different. And when the villagers found out about it, they started treating me like a freak. But one person, my grandmother, accepted me just as I was. No matter how bad things got, she gave me the strength to keep going.
She's really special to you, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, hey! That gives me an idea. Since we cured your petrification, we should start looking for a way to cure your possession in my body. I know we can do it if we all work together. Heck, it'll probably be super easy.
Oh, a meal.
Let me guess. More warm water?
Okay, can we just forget I told you about that?
Seeing her happy, just, man.
Sleep well?
Sure.
And yet your red eyes tell a different tale. Don't be so hard on yourself, lad.
I need to go see Devila and Popola.
Very well.
Yay,
What might that
money.
It's Mom's diary.
I've not heard you speak much about your mother.
She got the Black Scrawl and died when I was little.
My apologies for bringing it up.
It's all right. I can barely remember her face anymore. This is the only thing I have left of her. Reading it helps remind me of when we were still a family.
I see.
But the final entries get a little strange.
In what way?
Well, here, take a look.
Say there. Can you not hear me?
Wait, what?
Why are you standing about like a slack-jawed ninny?
Sorry. Felt like I was dreaming or something.
What the fuck?
Sleeping on one's feet is quite the talent indeed. Come now, there's the door.
Right. Let's go.
Obviously, I can go back, but... Oh. Okay. I still have all my stuff. Hi, Kibi. Oh my goodness, hi. You're coming in during Emotional Trauma Simulator. Right, I just need to do something real quick. I'm assuming this does send me back to the real world. I'll be back. I don't trust that system data saved thing.
Something.
I feel as if I've just...
I know what you mean.
Right. Just real quick. There we go. I don't trust that system data saved thing. I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
The world...
Hmm. This is the world of the recycled vessel, created to avoid the destruction of all. Okay, why did the music have to be fucking banging? Oh shit, hi bats. Wait, you're still alive? No, you're not. Hi, Kiwi, you're sitting on my lap while we'll go through this segment. Wait, what? Oh, I see. I have medicinal labs. The Black Scroll, a Lost Destiny, a White Book, a False Truth. Let me get behind you. There we go. Not you, Kiwi. Fucked off. Stop that. Soldiers of Salt calling forth white death. They are legion. Those who plunge the world into darkness. Okay, of course, I don't like auto-advancing things. I really don't. I would like to read that slowly and actually process the words rather than having to fast read them. Yeah, that's only extremely important lore. Nothing like that. It's nothing that I actually need to process or anything. Now, seriously, I really do just hate auto-advancing stuff. I know it's like an early game thing. Nice shield. Explodes it. Considering this is technically New Game Plus, Kiwi, yeah. There has been enemies which I've had real long battles against. Oh yeah, that's like the only reason I would like auto advanced. But like the fact like super oh, okay, I see. Have a good night, Somna. Thank you for coming along. Oh, I got a sword from this? Okay. Dragon's corpse brought death to the world, delivering unto it the power of magic. Okay, and I got a sword for this? Requires Damascus steel. The sword created after a man driven mad by revenge sealed away a cursed dragon. Oh shit, you are a very tanky boy. You are trying to hug me. No, Devil, don't give Yona the hooch. The black sickness stains the future. They journey to return to soulless vessels. No bonk. Oh, yeah, true. I was bonking. I give them the binky bonks. I landed on that and it made me slip. I landed on it. Okay. Ow. There we go. Now I just need to do... I hate jumping segments. I hate jumping segments. I'm taking my anger out on you bitches. Oh no, you're trying to parry me? Anyway. Guessing it's not through here. I need to go. Nope. Okay, that's fucked up. Fuck! You can't do this to me. You can't do that to me. You can't throw an enemy in the middle of a jumping segment. What the fuck? Okay, that one was on me. That one was on me. I hate jumping segments. Don't you fucking me. What was I meant to do about that? Nah, seriously, what was I meant to do about that? He just... He appeared on my screen for literal 2 seconds and was just like, I started blasting. Alright, I'll say I'm fucking him up. Come here, you. I said I'm fucking you up. Swing again, bitch. The Kabuki outfit. Okay. Oh, now I have 2 doors. The apocalypse divided the world in two. One that knows not day and one which had never seen the night. What's this, fucking Shadowbringers? I swear, if I get reset after this, because the rule only just came up after I already swung my sword, I'm going to just... Ah, I see. I guess the rule only... Oh, it switches. The rules are switching, I see. Black and white fetting packs. The vessel's forms waver as they cross time and space. But people are stuck in Stinky Agile, and I'm going to take a break for a couple of minutes to go get a new sippy from downstairs. So, everybody who's here, if you can hear me, go take a break for yourselves. If not, do it anyway. Or I will cry. Alright, peeps, back in a few. Alrighty peeps, I am back. I have a new sippy. I have petted the babies. And hello to you too, Kibi. Don't tell me where specifically I need to go, so I guess I just go forward. This way, in particular.
Seems we have been shut in.
Thank you, Vice. I can see that. Piss off with your pair blobs. Like how it occasionally just becomes bullet hell. Welcome to Nier. The song of man has been drowned out, in its place the scream of something inhuman. I just missed both of those. That was on me. Hey, Orange. Long time no see. How you doing, cutie pie? How is that citrus doing? Actually, one thing I want to test. Okay, falso. If I switch the spell, it just absolutely explodes. Okay, makes sense. Doing goody, enjoying some homemade grilled chem sandwich. Can I have some grilled chem sandwich? I would love a grilled cheese right about now. How's the second part of emotional damage? You should have been here in the first, like, 45 minutes of stream. The emotional has been damaged. Emotions were damaged successfully. They indeed were. And I got a two-handed sword from this. Fool's Lament. The sky falls with the dragon. The world ends this day. Okay, what is the new weapon? A weapon with a heroic dragon motif used by a man who tried to save the world. That is a very strong sword from the beginning. Damn, okay. Come on, bitch. Oh no. Come on. I know you're trying to get in on the fight, but I'm not done with him yet, so stay away for a sec, please. Thank you. Bullying. Bitch. Go on then. Come on. You wanna fight? That was fucked up. Come on. Go on, swing at me. No, I said swing, don't run. Oh, okay, there's three of you. Wait, Kibi, you got sick as well? Fez Lucky gets sick and now you're getting sick? Can you, like, not? Just don't pass it on to me. I don't want to get sick. That's how sickness passes on, right, through Twitch streams? I don't know, I'm not a doctor. Does this mean I have to leave? Yeah. Fuck you, Kiwi. Nah, but for real, I hope you get better soon. Okay, that was fucked up. That was horseshit. How dare you? Fucking swinging. All over the place. Fucking spin to win, bitch ass. No, stop that. Stop that. You're not doing it again. But yeah, Kibi, you get soft belly rubs, and I hope you get better soon. Oh, okay. So you're gonna block every fucking thing that I do. How about no? Oh, you are? Oh, hi, there's two of you. Fucking spinning ass. I want to know if I can parry that. Can I parry that? I can... you can parry it! That was a perfect block. I am not a hamburger. Release me. No, I don't want you. On this guy. Stop. Stop trying to spin at me. When you are perfect size to hold like hamburger, I am 4 feet tall. That is not hamburger size. The puppet priest collects the accursed prayers and polishes the vessel. Oh, I guess we are going through facade now. The fuck is this? Oh. I can't believe we're playing fucking Air Force One. It's an Unreal shooter now. It's first a novel, then it's an Unreal shooter. What else are we gonna get? Move! I want to get that guy. I want a perfect score. We're playing Air Force One. I want a perfect score. I want my max MGP, please. I had people spawn in. You! Okay, there's a guy down there. How am I meant to get you? How am I meant to get you? My perfect score! Wait. I might be able to get him if the... Come on, corner 10. Get him! No! More people! My perfect score! Maybe I'll be able to snipe them from down here. Where are they? No! Go away, bats! I don't want you! I don't want you! My perfect score! I'm not going to be able to get them! Fuck. Vice, you're in the way. No! A single bat! It was just flapping in my face, just laughing at me. Fair door required. You sense something terribly sinister beyond this door. It may be difficult to endure what awaits on this other side unless your soul is at least level 33. Level 33. I'm level 28. I can do it, right? It's 5 levels. I can do it. So long as this memory exists, so long as mankind has hope, a bloody battle will win. Before I continue, please can someone show that to me or tell me what that was, please? I hate auto-advancing text! If anybody actually caught that, I would like it, please. Thank you, Terry. As long as this memory exists, as long as mankind has hope, a bloody battle will be waged over the holy domain of the body. Okay. There you are, Kibi. Things aren't automatically exploding anymore. Cheers, Wolfmage. I appreciate you grabbing it as well, but I just wanted it in chat. I didn't want to clip a bit. Terry's already grabbed it for me. Ow, my face. Can I hit these guys, please? Bro, hit me around the corner. I saw you run off. Get back here. Hello, big guy. Okay. That's how much that hurts. Foolish human, foolish human, foolish human, foolish vessel. Oh shit, there's 3 of these guys.
Retro Vision.
Are you gonna run? Are you gonna do something? Run, ball, run! And no, screen! You don't run from the left side! I can't do anything if you run from the left side. That's horseshit. That's pig shit even. I mean... I did ask. Okay, I was mid-combo. That one I couldn't do anything about. Yeah, I just needed to be more specific. Fish is turned off? Why is fish turned off? Oh, wait, no, I remember. The program is open. Ow, my face! Ow, my ouchie! My everything!
Hi, I arrive.
Hi, fish. No! Alright, that's it. No more missing nice chip. Did I still take damage from that? Damn it, I was hoping to go, but oh, I got the cells back anyway. All is paid, all is sacrifice. No, fuck, not one of these areas. Oh shit, I'm actually getting some resource drops here. Don't tell me this is a resource drop area that I can use to farm. Okay, I won't tell you that, except this one literally is the best place to wander off. Listen, I can already see that it looks like a resource drop area. Okay, there's a door back here though, so I'm gonna go back here real quick. Can I go in here? Okay, I can, but there's nothing there. Ow! No, stop that. Oh shit, I needed those. Titanium alloy! Crystals! This area is such a gold mine!
It seems we have been shut in.
Go back here. Where do you think you're going? I love the way there's just a pile of medicinal herbs all over the place. The game really said, hey, you should heal. And to think the game was stopping me from coming here. Oh, you think you want to spin to win? You think you want to spin? Nah, I'm not letting you. Not all of them? No, one more. I am not fighting those guys there. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Come through. Come through. I am not fighting you in an area where I literally cannot see you. Come on, come through. I said come through the door. Come on, come through, come through. Come on. I say, bro, how was I meant to even see what you were doing in there? Sit down. Okay, going here that spawns those two shades back. Where the fuck am I meant to go? I can't see... Damn, there's something back here. No, that just sends me backwards. I know I struggled with this area back when I was doing it for the first time, because navigating this area is just a bitch normally. Yeah, because you can go through there into here, but there's nothing to move. You can't jump over the walls. There's nowhere to go, and that door back there is just locked. And I've defeated those guys like numerous times already, unless I just need to keep beating them up. But to me, it just feels like it's the same guys. Same guy, same trigger. I mean, I guess all I can do is keep trying to beat them up. But I don't see any more walls. No point going into that room now. No more boxes, no more way through. Alright. Considering nobody's saying anything, is anybody there to help me with this? I do want a little bit of a pointer forward. Because I do genuinely struggle with this room and I cannot see any more walls to go through. Hi, Delight. Unfortunately, Blitzball to the face does not help me. And obviously, I myself want to avoid anything in the wiki for, you know, obvious reasons. Don't want to get spoiled. Remember, it was just going forward? So... have I glitched the game? Is this like a... have I soft-locked it somehow? Because I can keep going into that room and it'll keep spawning those two shades. I see. That one was on me. Not my fault this area looks the same.
Seems we have been shut in.
Yo, thanks for clumping up in the corner for me. Let me just beat you up. Yeah, funny how I did that, huh? I'm smart, I promise. New spear, falls a chord. Do not bring back the light, do not bring back the vessel, do not bring back the future, do not bring it back. I literally spawned in and dude's already sprinting at me. It's just like, nope, you're not allowed here. Nah. How dare you? And of course I need a Damascus steel for this as well. You know what, come here. Come on. Come on. Come on. I said come on. bitch. Oh shit, hi. Bro, was it like Buenos Dias? I am behind you now. I can see you over there. I can see you chilling behind the box. Hi. I'm so great. This is why you use lock-on when there's a single enemy. When there's a group of enemies, it's fine, but when there's a single enemy, just use your lock-on. Come on. Come on. Yo, nice orbs. Would be a shame. They're down. Oh, big guy. Hey, Miracle. I'm fighting big guy. Big guy dead. Every beam of light is an invitation to death. Is that beam of light enough for you? Stop that. Oh no, you got a shield anyway. Go on, swing. Ow, my face. Ow, my face. Stop that. Stop that. Stop that. Oh, okay. I guess I can just get yeeted off the side. Anyway, I still want you to stop that. There we go. I didn't know you survived. There's a shade behind me, isn't there? Hello there. Get out of the sky. Oh, okay. You decide. Oh, you. I see. You want to be immune to magic, do you? How dare you? Oh shit! Fucking hell, I've never seen a big one before. I just noticed that ads have started running, so I will continue when Stinky Ad Jail is over. God, this is, finally a challenge. Me who, was absolutely bonking things in an earlier area, and then suddenly it was just like, oh, you need to be level 33 to go into this area, otherwise you're going to have a bad time. Me, okay, good, finally a challenge. Our battle will be legendary. Which, to be fair, I am actually enjoying having a few enemies last more than a millisecond before they implode into nothingness. And now I just need to tear down that big guy in the air, but like I said, I'll continue when people are back from Stinky Stonky Ab jail. But yeah, this definitely has been a good area for farming resources as well, because I needed a few of those things. To actually get a couple of quests out of the way. Alrighty, welcome back from Stinky Agile, peeps. Whoa, whoa. I said welcome back from Stinky Agile. Oh. Bye-bye. I think he's dead. Nope, there he is. Alright, now where do I go? Definitely not over there. Ah, down there. Big guy. Please don't give me a hug. Please don't give me a hug. Please don't give me a hug. Thank you. I don't want a hug. Not from you. Stinky ass arms. Jeez, jumping over those is a bitch. No hug, please. Ow, my face. Ow, my face! I'm sorry that I didn't want a hug. Recovered! Yes, I know, you've got big armor, I know. That's why I'm going to attack you from the back. Let me just break your armor, please. Thank you. I said let me break your armor. Don't do anything about that one, that's miss win. Ow, my face. I don't think I'm going to be able to actually... I don't think I can parry those. Definitely not the slams. I don't know about the swings. But he does a lot of slamming, so I don't think there's any point trying. Oh shit, another big guy. I couldn't do anything about that. I couldn't dodge through him. What the fuck? That hitbox was still there? He just one-shot me! Please don't say I have to start that all from the beginning.
My word.
Something wrong?
I feel as if I've just awoken from a most unpleasant dream.
I know what you mean. That happens to me whenever I read it.
He just one-shot me. What was I meant to do about that? Get good and parry, I guess. I parried the first one. God damn. Okay, maybe I do need to go back later. Get good and parry, also drugs. True! Alright.
Yeah.
The world of the recycled vessel.
Do I need to go through all three areas separately again? Okay, the third door is still there. I don't know. I probably could but I don't want to just keep throwing myself at this until the end of the stream. Honestly, it's 4:20 now, and usually around this time I take a look at what I'm doing and then I decide if I'm going to stop stream or not. I have another Nier stream tomorrow.
Something I feel. I know what you mean.
So what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to say I'm going to end a stream here today and I will continue with that tomorrow. Because, yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to do that just quite yet. So yeah, I'll continue with that thing in the, in tomorrow's Nier stream. Because I literally walked up to him, I parried the first one, I got a good hit on, I saw the health bar move, which means it can bleed, which means it can die. So I could kill it. I don't know. I'll try again tomorrow. In the meantime, everybody, have a wonderful evening. I will be back tomorrow for more emotional trauma. Probably not emotional trauma in the form of the main story, but emotional trauma in the form of trying to get through that area. But yeah, everybody, have a wonderful evening, and bye-bye for moi.